Hey, what is going on, YouTube? Ron here. We are back, ladies and gentlemen. I hope you guys are having a fantastic day there. And guys, we've got a fun one for you here in today's video, but also a somewhat of a frustrating one. As you guys can clearly see, this lobby is not quite full. And if you've played the game for any amount of time, you probably know what that means. Well, it is actually one of two things. If you actually look at the ship lineup in this particular game, there was a mix of both Xbox and PlayStation players. But if you guys ever find yourself in a small lobby and it is all players from the same console, well, one of them has done the unforgivable and turned off crossplay. Now, if you did not know that that was a thing, please do not go searching your console settings to try and turn off crossplay. Turning off crossplay is the equivalent of sitting and watching in the chair that is always in the hotel room, if you catch my drift in that regard. I made a video similar to this a while back, and I actually got a few comments defending people who turn off crossplay, and I was like, how could this be? And I remember one of them very vividly, and it said, "It takes no skill to sail across the map and get dev struck when I can just simply 1v1 someone." And I was thinking, well, if you're sailing across the map and getting dev struck, that means you're not paying attention to your situational awareness and your positioning, and therefore you are a bad player. So a little bit of copium being inhaled by the people who turn off crossplay, but just in the spirit of the game. Now, granted, Legends, I would have preferred if it was 12 on 12, but unfortunately it is 9v9. And I don't like the fact that you can flick a switch in the settings and potentially create and give yourself smaller lobbies. I remember a while back, there were certain players and content creators turning off crossplay to get better scores. And in the same sportsmanship fashion, I think it's bad sportsmanship to not necessarily follow the rules of a pickup basketball or pickup football game. I think it's the same poor sportsmanship to specifically turn off crossplay to achieve top 3 in a lobby or get yourself better scores. It's just ill-natured, in my opinion. However, the bigger problem lies with WarGaming allowing it. Now, for this specific game, I know what happened. Like I mentioned, there are players from both consoles in this game. You can notice that there is a CV on both teams. And unfortunately, the same as crossplay lobbies, when the person who has selected an aircraft carrier has been searching for, 3, 4, 5 minutes, the matchmaker will automatically put a small lobby together to prevent that person from having excessive wait times, which I think is just a terrible implementation of matchmaking. If a player base is telling you that a class is not popular enough to fill up lobbies, you should not force everyone into these smaller games as a result. And it may seem like I am complaining because my team isn't necessarily supporting me and it looks like we are going to get focused and lose. And quite the exact opposite actually occurs here. We go on to absolutely dominate the enemy Reds here, as I have done numerous times, and I will highlight that on the screen here. Now, don't get me wrong, when I was absolutely plowing through 2 Brisbanes and a Mino, I believe, as well as catching the aircraft carrier and sort of dismantling this Colombo, I was certainly having fun. However, games like this and turning off crossplay is not going to make you a better player. Failing to realize that you are putting yourself in the wrong situation and paying attention to situational awareness are things that you have to learn to develop as a player in World of Warships Legends. And I understand, like I mentioned earlier, some games you could pay attention to everything, put your ship in the right spot, and you're still going to lose. But that is the nature of the game. It is a team-based, objective game. So when I hear someone say, "Oh, well, I 1v1 this guy," or, yeah, those engagements can certainly be fun. I know that the 1v1 ranked and, some of those different brawl modes certainly create a mix-up that is, the standard, boring game sometimes as we get a beautiful dev strike on the first of that Brisbane there. I also want you guys to pay attention to how high we aimed that salvo. Now, of course, the Brisbane and Mino have very high out-of-the-water citadels, but that salvo landed almost waterline. We aimed halfway up the boat there, so just keep that in mind for later. But to finish off this point here as we close out basically this game, If people want to turn off crossplay, that is their prerogative, but do not punish others who want the full experience. When people turn off crossplay in order to prevent very long queue times, the matchmaker will draw players in who have crossplay turned on. However, they may be the only available console players at that particular moment who are able to fill that lobby or somewhat fill that lobby. If you want to turn off crossplay, that's fine. The same way that if you want to pick up the basketball and go run around the YMCA, that's fine. But don't ruin the experience for others, is my message here. Let me know if you guys agree in the comments down below as we essentially plow through here. Our team has managed to get a good flank on the opposite seaside, and because there are only 2 ships on that side that decided to run to this flank, the enemy is now surrounded, and we are just going to absolutely abuse them because they put themselves in a crossfire. So a huge shout out to WarGaming for allowing these mini games to happen here, whether it's a CV or turning crossplay off. But yeah, W matchmaking in that regard. But that is going to do it for this video here. Let me know your guys' thoughts and opinions down below, unless, of course, you turn off crossplay, and then please just unsubscribe and remove me from your MySpace top 8 there. No, I'm just kidding there. But I was kind of doing a bunch of videos this weekend here, and I thought of that one. Again, WarGaming, if you're watching, please don't punish people who want crossplay on for those who want it off. If people want to turn off crossplay, that's fine, but make them wait the 40 minutes it's going to take to fill up that lobby. Or have, you know, kind of like a little predetermined setting in matchmaking that the game will not start unless it is a full game. Like I said, there are different game modes, but the core of this game is a 9v9. But anyway, that's for the video there. I hope you guys enjoyed that. Let me know what you guys think. I love you guys. Have a great, I believe it'll be Monday. Run out. Peace. Fuck. Oh, it's SAP. No. Damn it. But like, it just befuddled me that this dude is like, it's a fucking rip in a burrito, dude. And she asked you. It's not like she tried to serve you like old stale food. She asked, she's like, would you like for me to rewrap this? Or do you want me to double wrap it? Or is this okay? Like, dude. Oh, man, it's so unfucking... I was getting mad for her. And then, it's not even something like, hey, just say, would you mind rewrapping that? Like, that's all you have to fucking say. He's like, no, does that look like something? He was mouthing off something. I tried my best to ignore it, but he got to the register and I don't know if he didn't understand her, but like it just fucking sent me the wrong way, dude. I was genuinely triggered about that shit. Like, buddy, it's a burrito. I got a text message from a friend today that a family member of theirs was potentially vomiting blood, and do you think he'd like to be in Moe's complaining about a burrito? Like, you're fucking, oh, dude. The small dick, narcissistic, egotistical energy you have to complain about a rip in a burrito. Insane. I said all that while getting nearly 200K. That's so cheesy. That's so cheesy.